Hello everyone, my name is Savannah and the topic I selected for this presentation was the Stamp Act flag. Let's get into it. This is an image of the Stamp Act flag. The British Parliament imposed the Stamp Act of 1765 onto the American colonies as a solution for paying their fair share in the 7 Years' War. They believed that since the war was fought mostly on behalf of the American colonists, they should pay their fair share. Thence there being taxes placed on all documents and newspapers without a consent or say from anyone in the colonies. The American colonists saw this as a threat that imposed upon their rights. Thus a rebellion was formed with 9 men from 9 different colonies called the Loyal Nine or the Sons of Liberty. The Sons of Liberty used this flag when holding their meetings that in hopes would repeal the Stamp Act and later become an inspiration to the Boston Tea Party. The Sons of Liberty were also a known militant group that held petitions and motivating speeches for those who resided in the colonies. They had protests that ranged from peaceful protests to full-on mobs. The colonists and the group wasn't necessarily upset about the taxing, but the principle of them not being granted a warning, reason, or a say. The Stamp Act was eventually repealed and the Sons of Liberty disbanded. This is an image of what it could have looked like when the colonists were protesting the Stamp Act. You can see that neither parties were very happy looking. The Stamp Act flag is also labeled the Sons of Liberty or the Rebellious Stripes flag. The 9 red stripes represent the 9 colonies who protested the Stamp Act. The Sons of Liberty flag, or the Stamp Act flag, remains in the old Boston State House. The famous phrase that originated out of the Stamp Act from the Sons of Liberty was "no taxation without representation." The flag was banned by the British King. The Stamp Act and the Stamp Act flag relate to the Declaration of Independence because the Stamp Act acted as one of the catalysts of resistance for spearheading the Declaration of Independence. The Stamp Act also relates to the purpose of government according to Locke because of Locke's beliefs of natural law of people having the right to life, liberty, and property. The Stamp Act violates rights because it infringes on the colonists' natural rights to property. It also relates to Locke because Locke says that if governed in an unfair manner, the people have a right to revolt. The Stamp Act created a burning passion for the colonists to revolt. I believe the image of the Stamp Act flag was included in the class list because it acts as a catalyst to stand up against injustice. Why is it important? The Stamp Act and the imagery of its flag is important to citizens because it is a representation of one of the first actions of civil disobedience and banding together to fight against a common cause. It helps shape American values today and is an important lesson in representation and opposition towards unjust and unfair government. And the question I have for you today is, how do collective symbols like flags inspire political movements? I hope you'll learn something and I hope you have a great day.